I don't wear my hair up anymore, but that's what it looks like. I'm having a moment. I just wanted to share it. It's very late and I can't sleep. And I'm struggling with some pretty heavy things lately. Meanwhile, feeling a lot of positive things. I was reflecting recently on how big and small works. That sounds very silly, but like, and how we use a lot of imagery to describe things without correlating them in modern culture. Someone will say they want to be big. These are terrible examples, but I'm going to use them. Like if someone wants to be big, like be known, like they go to Berkeley, they get a degree, they study music production, they want to be big. They want to make it, they want to be big. But then maybe they also want to be small. They maybe, like me, they have some sort of issue with food, typically known as an eating disorder. Mine goes so many different directions that I don't like to label it, but, and that's like a desire to be small, or like I could give more examples of big and small. But my point is, I think we were supposed to correlate the imagery. This came to me like a year ago maybe, and it helped my songwriting a lot, and it helped my thinking about what life is a lot. Another thing that, like light and dark was another one that really started becoming clear. Like, we have, I think, a lot of have your cake and eat it too thinking. Like, we want things to be light on one topic, and on another topic we want to be deep or heavy, and we honor that and say that that's good. And it's like these concepts are at odds. I'm not explaining it very well. I guess what I'm saying is, like, we have to make choices. And maybe on one topic you like being heavy or deep or dark, you know, and on another topic you like being light. Like, some people I know like the concept of light as in, like, they want to feel weightless and float away, but they don't like the concept of light when it comes to something societal, like keeping things light. Then they think it's not a good thing. But in my view, these things are correlated. And the fact that we don't correlate them in our culture is, in my opinion, kind of a cause of madness. Like, you either want to be light feeling and fly away and accept that that comes with the truth that you are lifting off the ground of people around you. You are turning your back on things to fly away, to float, to feel good, to get high, you know, and not talking about drugs. I'm saying, like, these things should be correlated. We should be realizing that you can just like it on one topic and then not on another, and then on one, off another. But I just think that's what makes people feel nuts, you know? Either you want to, like, go be in therapy and maybe get 1,000,000 books from the library. I don't recommend that, because I dealt with a lot of pain and trauma on my own after a couple bad experiences. Anyway, like, you either want to go down into the rabbit hole and, like, dig into the darkness and rip the band-aids off, bring them to the light. I mean, it's confusing. I'm not saying... I interrupted myself because I'm like, oh my gosh, you get the point. It's good. And I forgot the whole reason that I turned this on in the first place. It wasn't light and dark. It was a little bit the big and small thing with... yeah. Weight-related stuff and size related stuff. And I guess what I want to say is that I am at a place now where I am trying to accept everything that goes along with being someone who is small. I mean, if the universe, if God, if whatever, I believe, you don't have to believe it, wants to make me big at some point, wants to be like, look at these weird, super crazy, like, why is she doing this? You're not 12 years old, like, if there is a God that finds this useful and needs me to be big, that time is not now. And I can only live in this time. And in this time, I am very small. And I put myself out there, which is like being big in some people's view. In my experience in my own life, by doing stuff like this so much, it feels big. Like, there's a lot of doing, and like, it's hard for me to also want to incubate and be an introvert and pull back and do less, connect less, because I can feel that my weight gain has come from trying to be too big. Like, that's a horrible, I've never made such a metaphorical / spiritual excuse for weight gain before, like it was from birth control, as I said in the last video, and it definitely was from PTSD from Trump. Ugh, I hate saying his name. Okay. Anyway, and you know what? That's actually separate from my politics. That's just, I feel disgusted that he as a human being has any spotlight. And that someone like me who's trying to like care for people and pass on things that I've learned emotionally, spiritually, mentally, like someone like me has very little airtime, traction. I mean, so that you don't think I'm complaining, I actually think I'm living in a brilliant time in history, because this is power. This is good power, I hope. I mean, granted, you know, I don't know how to edit, so you're never going to find the things you need amidst my thousands of hours of whatever this is, but like, this is a power that other periods of time someone didn't have. Like, you could have the best intentions. Like, I'm looking right at the dot that I'm supposed to look at. Yeah, I did it. Okay. Like, I forget to look there, sorry. And like, that's power. I can pass these thoughts on to you. I can, whenever I have the energy and time, try to turn them into cute little videos like ukulele talks, and like make it better than whatever this is. But this is okay too. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, it's not okay probably to anyone who actually knows me. They're probably like, what are you doing and why are you doing it? Please stop. You're destroying your own potential. I don't know if that's what they think, but like, I could see somebody thinking that, like, no makeup, 3 a.m., can't sleep, I've had this neck pain for a couple days, like, this is nothing. I don't know what I'm even talking about. I'm just rambling. Just took a bath. Like, this is like not, it did look cute earlier. It looked very cute, but that's not why I turned this on. See if I can fix it. Nope. Maybe? Nope. Nope. Well, that's what just happened. Oh yeah, that's it. There we go. Fashionista right there. I'm gonna finish the rest of the video while holding this pose. Alright, so that is thoughts on big, small, light, dark, and you can have your own epiphanies too, and they don't need to be for anyone else. I get holding pose. And you know, your wisdom's your wisdom, mine is mine. And I don't know what this YouTube channel is. I should probably do more music, because that's what I'm actually skilled in. Clearly not in pioneering social media trends or anything anything other than music. I don't know. Even my words sometimes are just dummy words, like I'm just saying what I'm thinking and meandering until I get to another part that I really like, and I've learned that that's okay. For me, I don't know. That's my random check-in video, because it took me over a week to start, over a week to finally post the one. Well, it's not even posted yet. It's rendering right now over on my computer, because it's huge. But it's a 44-minute and 44-second video of lots of talking, a lot of it about weight gain. I never have talked about this in my life. Not publicly, not like this. I mean, I've probably mentioned it in the last 6 months to a year, but I'm trying to kind of tackle it the same way I tackle other things, and it's not very enjoyable to talk about, but I can feel that bringing it to the light, because that's what I believe in, and you don't have to, because I did used to believe in, like, going down the rabbit hole. It's just that I had some bad experiences with that. It didn't lead me anywhere. I have a song about it on my really old albums. Really old album called Dubestein and Fogel. The song was called Poetry and Therapy, or Bottomless Pit. And I think the chorus was like, or this is after the chorus, there's no getting to the bottom of a bottomless pit, so please stop getting to the bottom of it. I liked really weird, like, musical theater-y sounding melodies. I don't know. There was different trends back then. That was from like 2010, but I think I wrote it in 08. I don't know. 07. Keep moving. There we go. Anyway, so for me, light makes more sense. And I don't know what's true for you, but that's what's true for me. So, I can't remember why I brought that up. Oh, bringing weight loss to the light. Cool, great. So excited to do that, Jess. Anyway, that's my life. Whenever I notice something has a sticky or gross or negative energy, including the tiniest resentment for a person, it could be like they got something that I haven't gotten, and I've worked 10 years and they worked 1 minute and they got it and I haven't. It can be anything. That's not a tiny resentment. That would be a bigger one. But, you know, tiny ones. I have lots of tiny ones that crop out of nowhere, and I'm trying to learn how to. Okay, this is not even the look that it was before. No, it was like, you know, the poof. Anyway, trying to work with my resentments so that they don't take over my life, because it doesn't make sense. Resentment is a heart thing. I'm growing as slowly as a tiny little sapling should grow. I don't know. I'm learning all kinds of things that I think a lot of people learn way before I learned them, or way before I am learning them. I just don't learn fast, and I wish I did, and I just don't. Especially anything that comes to other people. Maybe too much middle school trauma. If you were someone I knew in middle school and that's a surprise to you, then I'm a good actor, or you didn't really know me that well, and social media makes us think that we were closer to people, and we just aren't close to them at all. So, anyway, where was I going with that? I lost it. Yeah, bringing things to the light. Oh yeah, I was holding. No, that moment's done. Alright, this is a very unattractive video. And I think I just gotta let it be what it is, because it is something I never do. Well, I mean, I'm always worried about being attractive. No, it's something I don't spend much time, like, obviously I'm not sitting around curating things, but that's really funny. I'm not gonna do that. That looks like a comb over. Okay. I just don't spend enough time, I think, just like realizing that this is a power. You have this power too. Like, children can make YouTube channels. I mean, there's regulations and stuff, but like, that's where I was trying to get back to. Like, this is a power. I can look right at that little dot and be like, hi, I hope you're feeling okay today. I feel devastated at the possibility that there is anybody out there in the world right now going through any of the things that I went through a decade or even 2 decades ago or more. Like, I don't even know what to do with the realization that that is true. That there are people in the world right now going through pain or trauma, and it's unprocessed, and they don't know what to do with those feelings. I don't know what to do with that information because I'm a terrible activist. I always cite this one experience where I tried to go to a meeting on the Women's March and I just cried the whole time and was disruptive and wasn't helpful to the movement, wasn't really helpful to the people in the room. I think they just felt guilty for seeming angry because I was in there crying, and I was crying because they were being too angry. They weren't channeling their anger in constructive ways. That was what was happening in early 2017, is people were hating haters. Not everyone, but it was happening, and it just was not a good place for people who are very sensitive to energy, because I wanted to be behind the cause, but instead I was frustrated with how people were communicating about the cause because it was so overwhelming for me to have to experience. So politics doesn't work for me. Similarly, being the one to go out and help you, if you are going through a crisis right now, being the one to help you is also not my strength. I can't directly help people, unfortunately, with stuff like that. I have the thinnest skin of anyone I've ever really known, who's still functional anyway. And people that I'm close to have thick skin, and that's how I've been able to recover. Not all the people I'm close to, but I mean, there's only a couple, whatever. Point being, I had to call hotlines a lot. I've never just stared in this dot without seeing what I look like. It's really weird. It's kind of awkward. Like, the reason I check over here like this is because I'm really uncomfortable probably with the fact that I do this. And, like, at least this is a way of being like, okay, that's what I look like. It's really weird. Why am I doing this? But at least I'm watching it as I'm doing it. When I look right at the dot, I'm not even watching it. I guess I'm watching you in my mind. I don't know who you are, but, like, I just feel really bad and sad for you if you have unprocessed pain. Because in my life, unprocessed pain made me really dark. Really, 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 really dark. If you listen to some of my old music, as sad as you might think some of my music sounds, the music that I've written in the last few years, as sad as you might think it sounds, like, this is what it sounds like when light is cracking through the trauma, in my opinion. And the music that I made back when I lived in Chicago is what it sounds like when you've put up a million walls and just said, F it, and I'm just going to be funny and dark and weird and write, like, satire and pissed off sounding music that's, like, playful, like you're in a Tim Burton movie, but with a dark twist. And it's like I had all this darkness in me and no willingness for any light to enter at certain points. It's not like all of living in Chicago, but it's just phases I've been in. Anyway, that's my personal history. That's not helpful to you right now. My point is, I don't think we can be anywhere other than where we're at. Nothing can heal or move faster than it can heal or move, but exposure to ideas, exposure to good intentions, people who care, exposure to, I mean, for me it is a prayer and meditation kind of thing. I do have a grandma I had a grandma who passed away, who was a nun. That was crucial to my seeing things differently, and eventually, over a long time, feeling things differently. But at first I had to, like, see it differently. I had to, like, be okay with the idea that, like, all that blocking I had done, like, I told my nun grandma, like, this anger is me. Like, I believed that everything in my life had been fake. And at that point, when I woke up to some truths about myself, that point was my true self. But it was all anger. And I believed that was the real me. At the time, I believed that with every fiber of my being, that my fully, deeply angry self, who felt powerful and confident and was angry at some things that had happened, that was the real me, and that anything light or buoyant or bubbly or playful or even escapist was my fake me and not me at all. And I mean, it was so obvious that wasn't true. If you looked at like my young years, like elementary school, I was raising my hand all the time and like happy and like, not all the time, but there were lots of light moments. So clearly that was me too. But in that feeling in my early 20s, I was like, no. So I put walls up and I just felt only like anger. That's what I felt like. And she told me that the anger isn't you. The anger is not you. The anger is something you have to move through. I can't even cry anymore because I'm not sad anymore. All I feel right then is I had cool grandma. And nuns are cool, and people should know that. You know, like Pema Chodron, a Buddhist nun, or like my grandma who was like Episcopalian, like, I don't know, there's another Franciscan order. I don't remember exactly, but she's cool. Oh, I have the book. Well, whatever, that's personal. Yeah, because I keep so much personal. I actually do keep a lot personal. It seems maybe like I don't because I share so much, but every single sentence I ever am sharing, I am making a quick choice. It's the same way I write songs by flowing. I just press record and I play piano and I sing. And I just trust that the lyrics that I share are going to be something that I'm going to be okay with sharing. But in every single moment, I'm constantly... Well, I'm actually not editing very much. It's like a quick assessment. It's like a letting go mixed with just a trust that it'll be okay. That whatever in that moment I feel okay to share is meant to be or is okay, is safe. And like, I don't know if it's safe. Like, what am I even talking about? Like, what? Like, I do care about a lot of the things I just said, but it's like, why... You know, on what authority or in what world do I feel comfortable looking like this and being like this on a video? Like, why do I grab this power or attention or focus? Like, what is that? I don't know. And I have to not get lost in thoughts like that, because for whatever reason, I had a compulsion in the moment when I started this video 23 minutes ago. It just felt like the right thing to do. My hair was funny. And it was really late and I couldn't sleep. I never make late night videos, so we don't need to talk about that. I was about to go on another tangent, but my point is, I remember when I realized that there are people going through what I went through over a decade ago. They're going through it right now. And I remember when I realized that it kind of undid me temporarily. Sorry, that one did give me chills. I don't like the idea that all of that kind of stuff is happening to other people right now, because it makes me want to go be like a warrior. It makes me want to go like do something to help. And in every recess of my brain, sorry, I just thought about recess and it made me happy, and I don't want you to misread a smile. Recess was cool. That's a good elementary school memory. Oh wait, there was really crappy stuff at recess. Oh my gosh. Anyway, sorry. In every recess of my brain is... I think I forgot it. The realization that... What was I going to say? Oh yeah. Being a warrior. Okay. You don't have to agree with this, but I'm going to say it. Of all types of power that exist in the world, how is this not one of the greatest ones? How is it not one of the greatest forms of power that I have gotten over all of my, not all, a lot of my insecurities at being my true self, and then I'm grabbing hold of a tool that exists for anyone to use, and I'm speaking my truth, and it's being recorded 25 minutes and 7 seconds. It's being recorded so that someone can watch it at a later time, because I don't know how to market anything. I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to polish. I don't know how to be like, this is a professional thing. Like, I don't know how to do any of that. I can't. And I've been making music for like 12 years, and only in the last 5 have I started blabbing like this. I started doing it like as a casual thing. Understood a thing. I didn't mean to make a pose. I started doing it as a casual thing. Ukulele talks in my car on my drive to work. And I have a bunch of those. They're all backed up. And I was like, oh, well, to release those I have to like make really cute doodles and cartoon type things for all of them. And it's like, with what time? Yes, I have a lot of free time, but I have even more ideas. I have so many ideas. Even just the challenges are just big exploded ideas that then I committed up to, 365 or like 444 days to. Like, I have too many ideas. So I can't ever keep up with all the inspiration. So I can't do doodle videos for every single ukulele talk. It's like I will literally spend my whole life slating out my future. And I can't do that. So now all of it's like, this is me. There. Sorry. This is me. And this is my future, And it's like, I see it in my mind and up over my head. And I'm just like, okay, that's in the past. I was like, okay, this is me in the bear. And this is my future. And for my future to be good or useful or productive or make me feel like a successful person, I had to like have a plan, like, okay. And sorry, it's actually feeling kind of heavy. It's really wet still from the bath. But I used to just feel like really, I'm sorry, this is not even cute, it's just annoying. Okay. But I used to just like make a list in my mind and think that I had to have it all kind of planned out. I'm like, this is the year I'm going to work on this album, this is the year I'm going to do this challenge, this is the year I'm going to like tackle this problem. And obviously you can see that that's how I really am, because like that's what I did with challenges. But even separate from challenges, that's just how I've always been. This lighting is crazy. And yes, I break out, and cool, that's the recent one. Like, who cares? I don't actually care. You might care, but if you think that's a reason not to share your deep spiritual, emotional, psychological thoughts with the world, like, you're crazy. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. Like, that is not a reason to not share the deepest parts of your soul with people. It's because your skin is like all skin, and all skin is imperfect. Even the most perfect looking skin is imperfect. And also, what a waste of your life to sit around envying the few beautiful people who have perfect looking skin. Like, oh my gosh, I've wasted so many years, decades, envying that. It is a beautiful thing. So instead of wishing you had it, just appreciate that someone else does and be like, that's beautiful. Because it is. You don't have to be like mad at that person. They didn't do anything to you by being born with beautiful skin. It's not about you. It's not against you. They just have beautiful skin. And you break out a lot. Like, whatever. In this lighting, it actually looks worse, I swear. Every time I've been looking in the... Oh, no. Apparently, getting the light and there's more. I've been breaking out for forever. This is just what I look like. So, there you go. That's what I look like. And you have power, too. If you want to be completely perceived as nuts, but actually pretty sane. Because this is a power in the world. And I am counteracting BS, slick and polished stuff that is everywhere. Everywhere. Some people make it by throwing who they are completely away, following a script that they've been studying for year after year, maybe a decade. They've been studying this script of who to be and how to be. And they finally perfected it down to a perfect science, and then they present it to you. Ta-da! Oh my gosh. I mean, I really do look crazy, but I know I'm not crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy to be like, I am gonna waste. I will say waste. I was gonna say spend, but waste. I will waste my whole life trying to figure out a formula that will make people like me. Why do they even finish that sentence with me? Start it over. I'm going to waste, not spend, waste my whole life trying to figure out a formula that will make people like the fake thing that I figured out. Where are you in that equation? You're not there. You are playing a role, which is fine if you need to play that role to fulfill something in your life or your heart, or you know that it helps people. Like, I was going to say Mr. Rogers played a role, but maybe he's an example of someone who didn't. But lots of people who help people are playing a role. Like, that's fine. If you know it's a role. Maybe the wisest ones do. But I don't want to play a role. Like, I can't write music that's playing a role. I've had so many people ask me to, like, fake certain styles of music, fake certain ways of playing, fake certain ways of being. Like, none of it works for me. If it works for you, that is so super awesome. I don't know why I sounded sarcastic. I think I'm really distracted by how late it is and how bad my hair looks, and it's just what it is. But seriously, if that works for you to craft something, then I'm being a not nice person right now, and please disregard me. Like, if you enjoy crafting things, then I deeply apologize. Like, I think that's the thing. I don't enjoy crafting things, so why should someone like me do that? I wouldn't enjoy it. This, what I'm doing right now, reminds me of being in elementary school and making up our own, like, radio stations with the tape player. And be like, come back at you, blah, 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 blah. Hey, it's WKXPE, and we're gonna play your next song. Oh, just wait, we have a commercial break. And then we'd be like, do, 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 do. Skittles are great to eat. Da-na. I don't know what we did, but, you know, we just made stuff up. It wasn't scripted. Life, not scripted. Some people script their life or hide away. I hide away from a lot. I hide away from people. I hide away from everything. And then I'm more open and honest here. And that's really weird and kind of disturbs me. But it's because here, there isn't feedback. There's no immediate response. And if I had to manage the feelings from the immediate response, I would not probably be okay. I don't see how I'm going to post this because my hair the whole time has looked like a second character, and I just don't really know how I feel about that. But I just want to say, be you, even if it's really weird. Not like I think sometimes when I use the word weird, it sounds like I'm excited to be weird because I think weird is cool. Both of those things are true, but then really, like, I would be excited to be weird, and also I think weird is cool. So because both of those things are true, I almost can't, the same way you really shouldn't call yourself cool, I almost shouldn't call myself weird, because that's like me giving myself a compliment. So I have to stop doing that. I think I have to assume that you're not thinking weird in a cool way. You're thinking like, oh, girl, stop. I have to assume that so that I understand that this is not just cool. By cool, I really mean weird. This is like, I don't know. But I'm doing it, and I'm maybe trying to make a point, and I'm maybe just trying to feel free. I think I'm just trying to feel free. Anyway, I wrote a song tonight. I liked it. I don't know when I'll share it. I seem to like almost everything I write, so I don't have much objectivity. I don't know how to choose which ones are the best. I mean, some do stand out, but very rarely. Probably only feel that standout feeling from somewhere between 1 and 10% of my songs. And all the rest are just like, you know, all my other babies, kids. I don't know, whatever. They're just songs, you know. I'm starting to get to a point where I'm realizing the writing's not going to slow down, so I just can't share them all anymore, which is back to who I was before the challenges. I have like hundreds of songs from in little folders on my hard drive, 2017 new music, 2016 new music, 2015 new music, 2014 new music, and they're just folders full of songs that I don't think you'll ever hear, because even the time it would take to upload them exactly as is, without mastering, without anything, I would need so many weeks free just to upload them raw. So, like, I just don't think that was supposed to be what I'm supposed to do. And I think the 365 challenge and all these other challenges kind of derailed me in a way, because they made me start getting really obsessed with completion. Like, oh, let me get all... Like, I went through a phase just in the last 6 months of, like, feeling like if I ever wrote a song, I had to get it up on YouTube. I also felt like if I ever talked like this to my phone and did a check-in video, even if it was just kind of for me or kind of weird, I felt like I had to get that up on YouTube. So now I have a bunch of things on YouTube from the touring. I toured with Cloudlight, and then toured a little bit with Jessica and Rainbow, and all with other people, and then there was Earthwork, and I was like just posting all these behind the scenes videos, and just tons of like random throwaway. I don't mean throwaway songs like they suck. I just mean like in the old days they would have just piled up in my hard drives. So it's just weird. It's all weird. I don't want to feel the internal pressure that I have to share everything I ever make anymore. I mean, it just doesn't, it's not realistic. I would have to go find time to, like, make sure you can hear this audio because there's a fan, because we're on opposite sleep schedule. TMI. That stands for too much information, in case that's not cool anymore by the time you watch this. Or just not anything anyone said. It's not cool right now. Oh my gosh. I know what I mean. Whatever. 36 minutes and 47 seconds. This is really long. I thought this was going to be a quick one. Well, back to that. Yeah. I have some pretty bad arrested development, I think. I don't know that I'm ever going to develop to normal adult. Actually, when I teach piano, I don't act like this at all. I have to play the role, and I have to act like a serious piano teacher. I'm a cool piano teacher. Oh, I just did it. I called myself cool. I should not have done that. Whatever. What I mean is, I am friendly, and I try not to be too serious. But I am serious in terms of holding them accountable to practicing, and the notes and the count sounding right, and stuff like that, and their hand positions roughly. Like, I try to take the content seriously, but I try to be playful still. And we laugh a lot, and yeah. I mean, not all of them equally. I have like 28 students right now. So, and all of them, I have a different vibe with all of them, I suppose. But I don't act like this, was what I was trying to say. Or maybe I do, but I just brush my hair. Which I guess is how you would normally see me. I guess this kind of actually is how I act as a piano teacher. But all on the topic of music theory or piano, and all on the topic of what their needs are, because they're paying me to teach them. So, oh, I just realized this is what I'd look like with short hair. Sort of. I'm gonna go. I don't know what this is. Have a good night, and enjoy yourself. I think. Okay, bye.